Every hospital policy in Australia is slotted into one of 4 tiers: basic, bronze, silver or gold. And the question almost everyone gets wrong is which one they actually need. Today we put the 2 tiers most adults agonise over, silver and gold, head to head, and tell you which one deserves your premium. According to money.com.au's 2026 benchmarks, a single on basic hospital cover pays about $88 a month, while a single on gold pays about $306 a month. That's roughly $2,016 a year for being in the top tier instead of the bottom. The decision between silver and gold alone is worth about $1,572 a year, since silver averages $175 a month against gold's $306. Over a decade, that single-tier choice is more than $15,000 in premiums, before you even count investment growth. Here's the at-a-glance picture using privatehealth.gov.au tier rules and money.com.au's 2026 average single premiums. Silver must cover at least 26 clinical categories, plus 3 restricted for about $175 a month, while gold covers all 38 categories, including pregnancy and joint replacements, for about $306 a month. The question is whether those extra categories are worth $131 more every month to you specifically. Silver is the sensible middle ground, and for a lot of people, it's the genuine winner. It must include at least 26 clinical categories, plus 3 restricted under the government's tier rules on privatehealth.gov.au, which captures heart, lung, mental health, and many common surgical needs, at an average of about $175 a month for a single in 2026. According to money.com.au, it gives you broad cover without paying the gold premium for categories you may never touch. The single strongest argument for silver is what the saving does over time. Money.com.au's 2026 figures show a single dropping from gold to silver saves roughly $131 a month, which is about $1,572 a year. Stretch that across 10 years and it's $15,320 in nominal premium savings. Money that stays with you while you keep cover for the categories most people genuinely use. The catch with silver is the categories it's allowed to leave out. Under the government tier rules, silver doesn't have to include pregnancy and birth, and many silver policies exclude joint replacements. A Medibank-based consumer analysis puts a private joint replacement at $20,000 to $30,000 out of pocket. So if you drop to silver and then need an excluded procedure, one bill can erase years of your saving in a single hit. Gold is the everything tier, and it earns its place for people with known expensive needs. It must include all 38 clinical categories under the government rules on privatehealth.gov.au, which means pregnancy, birth and joint replacements are all covered as standard, at about $306 a month for a single in 2026. According to money.com.au, you're paying a premium for certainty. And for some people, that certainty is exactly the point. Gold's biggest strength is that it removes the guessing game entirely, because every one of the 38 clinical categories is included under the privatehealth.gov.au rules. You're protected against the 2 events that hurt most: a $20,000 to $30,000 joint replacement flagged in the Medibank analysis, and a full pregnancy and birth. If either of those is realistically on your horizon, Gold's higher premium can pay for itself in a single admission. The catch with gold is over-insuring. In Medibank's 2026 Victorian couple example, Gold Protect runs $10,078.80 a year, while Silver Plus Core is $4,149.60, a $7,370.40 annual gap, much of it for pregnancy and joint cover that a healthy couple with no plans may never claim. Over 10 years, that's easily $30,000 or more in premiums paid for categories you simply don't use. Let's score the core 4 criteria using money.com.au's 2026 premiums and the privatehealth.gov.au tier rules. Silver wins decisively on cost at about $175 a month against Gold's $306, but Gold takes breadth of categories, pregnancy and birth, and joint replacements as standard inclusions. So far, it's 3 rounds to Gold on coverage and 1 big round to Silver on price. Now, the deciders. On 10-year nominal premium cost, a single pays around $21,000. On silver versus $36,720. On gold using money.com.au's 2026 averages. So silver wins on lifetime spend. Gold wins on exclusion risk because nothing falls outside its cover. But for healthy under 40s with no pregnancy plans, silver is the stronger fit, making the overall scoreline genuinely close and entirely dependent on your life stage. Tally it up, and gold technically wins 4 rounds on coverage, while silver wins 3 on cost and fit. But this isn't a points contest. The 4 gold rounds all hinge on whether you'll actually use pregnancy and joint cover. If you won't, those wins are meaningless, and silver is your tier. For most people, the whole decision collapses into one number and one question. A private joint replacement costs $20,000 to $30,000 out of pocket, according to the Medibank-based analysis, and pregnancy is the other gold-only big-ticket category. If either is realistically coming, gold's extra $1,572 a year is cheap insurance. If neither is, you're paying that gap for nothing, and silver wins outright. The honest verdict is that it depends, but the rule is simple. If you're a healthy adult with no plans for a pregnancy and no realistic joint replacement on the horizon, silver is your tier, and you pocket roughly $1,572 a year against gold, based on money.com.au's 2026 averages. If pregnancy and birth or a joint replacement are genuinely likely in the next few years, gold is the only tier that guarantees cover for both, and its extra premium is dwarfed by a single $20,000 to $30,000 self-funded procedure from the Medibank analysis. The mistake to avoid is defaulting to gold out of habit, or panic dropping to basic and losing the categories you actually need. Match the tier to your life stage, not to your fear. Here's your clean decision guide. Choose silver if you're healthy, not planning a pregnancy, and have no near-term joint replacement on the cards. You'll save around $1,572 a year per money.com.au's 2026 figures. Choose gold if pregnancy or a joint replacement is genuinely likely soon, because the privatehealth.gov.au rules make those gold-only standard inclusions, and one excluded procedure can cost $20,000 to $30,000. Before your next renewal, jump on the government's privatehealth.gov.au comparison tool. Check that your tier includes the categories you actually need and benchmark your premium against the 2026 averages so you're not overpaying out of habit. If breakdowns like this help you keep more of your own money, subscribe and we'll keep doing the maths so you don't have to.